Hey, my name is JP, and today I'm going to tell you how to make several $1,000s a month just by offering your current members better service. And it's service that they already want and need. And what is it? It is nutrition coaching. And if you're somebody who's been on the fence about this or you haven't done it yet, I've got to encourage you. This makes the biggest impact in your clients' members' journey, life experience, results, etc. It is a no-brainer to do it because they've come to you to look and feel better. Isn't that what we all want at the gym? We want health, but we also don't want to work out, 3 to 5 days a week and not have anybody notice that we work out 3 to 5 days a week. And for most people, that simply comes down to nutrition. So stay tuned with me. I'm going to start with some napkin math to show you how much money that you could be making. And at the end, I'm going to give you 5 tips on what I did to make sure that this actually worked in my gym when I rolled it out. So let's do some napkin math. Let's say you have a 150 member gym, and we're going to use super round numbers so you can adjust this up or down to your current gym. Let's say you're charging $150 a month for nutrition coaching, and it's at a 3-month minimum commitment, which is realistic in getting people the results. I never had anybody be like, well, 3 months is too long. It's like, well, no, people understand that to gain muscle or to lose weight or whatever it is, like, it's a process. So 3 months is pretty reasonable. $150 a month at a 10% of your members taking you up. So 15 members, you're gonna make $22.50 a month. And then you add in supplements to that. And let's say people order on average $100 worth of supplements a month for the duration they work with you, which is super reasonable actually. Then it's another $1,500. So you're looking at just under $4,000, $3,750 a month from getting just a sliver of your members into this program that they've probably been waiting for anyway. So if you're not interested in making any more money in your gym, just go ahead and go to the next video. But if you are, let's go ahead and get into the process. Now, I know a lot of gym owners have a hang up on like, my existing members, how are they gonna feel about this? What are they gonna think? How are they gonna judge me? And you worry so much about what your current members are doing, it paralyzes you from making decisions sometimes. And I know because I ran a CrossFit gym and I was like, what will my members think? Eventually, I got out of my own way and I stopped caring what they think. Not in the way that was like, whatever, like I'll do what I want, but it's like, no, this is what's best for the business and this is what's really going to benefit the majority of the people I serve. So here's what we're going to do, right? And also when you act like that, this is what's best for everyone. Here's what we're going to do. Your staff will follow you because you were leading versus like, I'm not sure what we should do. Your staff ends up getting this big input and then things become messy and it feels like you're leading by committee and that just doesn't work very well for a small gym. So the best way to do this is to not worry what your current members are thinking, but to test it out on new members anyway, because then you can see what kind of results you are giving people and you can build the confidence that you need to roll this out to current members later. So how do I recommend you do this? Well, really, really simple. You bolt it on to a front-end offer. If you don't have some kind of a front-end offer and you're just selling memberships, you're also missing out on a huge chunk of money. And I will link to another video here on how to sell 6-week challenges in a non-sleazy way, because the bait and switch thing, like that sucks, don't do that. But it helped me generate, again, just thousands of additional revenue per month and have a big impact on the members that were coming through my gym by offering this program. And it's also it's more fun for you to work with people who are more invested because they try harder, they see better results, and they offer the best referrals as well. So anyway, offer this on a front-end program, a 6-week challenge or 42-day whatever, or 8-week program or 9-week transformation. Like, it doesn't matter, it's all the same. It's some combination of fitness, nutrition, and accountability. So offer those things stacked together and you're gonna give them the training you already give them. You're going to have a way to communicate with them outside the gym, like via app or whatever platform you're using. There are a ton of platforms. I'll go through a few names here in a minute. And then some regularly scheduled check-ins after your first kickoff call. And that's really it. Like, people don't need a ton. They need that basic first, like, here's your plan, Sally or Bob or whatever, and then go execute your plan. Make sure we're checking in regularly through an app, and then we have a big in-person meeting like in the middle and at the end to make sure that you are still on track. And we'll go over why some of those touch points are more important. I know a lot of gym owners don't want to set time aside in their schedule to have those additional touch points, but long-term they are absolutely worth it for keeping people on track, seeing better results, and for you, seeing people stick to your program longer, which means that they're going to spend more money with you. Another consideration a lot of gym owners have is like, well, what qualifications do I need to do this? You're not a nutritionist. Let's get that out of the way. check your local legal regulations, because I'm a lot of things, but I'm not your lawyer and I'm not giving you legal advice. But in most places that I've encountered, you cannot create a meal plan for people, which is hilarious because meal plans don't work for most people because it doesn't teach them how to eat in the wild. It only teaches them like, eat 4 ounces of chicken breast and 12 asparagus spears and a quarter cup of rice. And it's like, people are going to stick to that because guess what? It's going to be little Johnny's birthday and pizza and cake is going to come up. Or they're going to be on vacation, or they're going to be at work, or they're going to be hungry and at a gas station. And they need to know how to make good choices for themselves. So meal plans generally don't work for the vast majority of people. I highly recommend against them. You want to teach people how to fish, not just give them a fish. So that conversation, I think, goes out of the way. And when people ask you, do you give me a meal plan? The answer is like, well, I don't give you a meal plan in the sense that I'm going to tell you exactly to eat for what meal on what day, because that doesn't benefit you for the exact reason I just talked about. You say that to them, it doesn't teach you how to eat for real life. What I am going to do is show you exactly how to eat for your goals so you can get your results and keep them long term. Does that sound good? And then we move on from there. Now, aside from that, like, you can get whatever certifications that you want. I have, a folder full of a bunch of them. I think Precision Nutrition Level 1 is just kind of like the standard that I've seen. And I think that it's solid. So honestly, as a recommendation from that, I would go, but you can do whatever you want. I've done Nutrition Coaching Institute, I've done WAG, I've done a bunch of different stuff. But anyway, moving on. What software do you use? Well, there are a ton of softwares out there, and you could keep it really simple. You could do a shared Google Doc, and you could communicate through text messages, Facebook Messenger, whatever you want. If you're on the school platform for your group, you could do that. You could also use something like TrueCoach or Coach Catalyst or Trainerize or whatever. There are a ton of different options. What matters is that you can build a program that scales to where you can service 20 clients to 50 clients within about 2 hours a week. That's what really matters. So don't overthink it. Just pick a software, get into a platform, and just set it up and go, because it's truly not that much work once you get people going. And there will always be clients at both ends of the spectrum too, people who need a lot of hand-holding, and people who are just like, nah, I'm good, give me my plan and let's go. So it'll all even out in the end in terms of delivery, but it is important that you build that structure essentially so you know what you're offering people with confidence, and that you can service many clients in just a few hours a week. Now, there are 5 keys to making sure that this program is absolutely amazing and delivers the results that I know you want it to. So from the top down, number 1 is set clear expectations. I'll tell people like, okay, here's what is going to happen. We're going to do our first meeting. This is our big kickoff. I'm going to show you what to eat, where to get it, how to shop, give you the guides, do all those things. And by the way, that first meeting is also where I sell supplements to people joining the program. And you set those expectations. Here's what the communication looks like. Here's how you do it. And you just set them up for success. Right? Hey, if you're messing up, make sure that you reach out to me. I'm not going to judge you for eating a cupcake. I just want to help you get back on track so you can see the goals that are the reason you signed up for this program. So clear expectations in anything at your program is super, super important. Number 2 is always take the initiative to book follow-up meetings. Book your next meeting, just like a personal training session. You wouldn't be like, okay, Jimmy, when do you want to book your next session? It's up to you. You're like, no, Jimmy, we train on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so I'll see you on Wednesday at the same time. Does that work? Cool. You're always taking the initiative to book the next meeting because the meetings are important. After your first initial meeting, your next one should be about that 3-week mark. It doesn't really matter what the program duration is. I mean, if it's a 4-week program, you should meet at the 2-week mark. And if it's a longer, like a 9-week program, you should meet every 3 weeks. And the reason you want to meet at 3 weeks is because that is when momentum is highest. People have spent their first week kind of dialing things in. They're starting to see results. They've lost a couple of pounds. They're really receptive to what it is you have to say and offer. And we want to make sure we keep them on the same track. So those meetings are a great opportunity to make sure they're taking their supplements, because people will cancel their supplement subscriptions when they aren't taking them. That's the number 1 reason they cancel them. It's not because they don't work, it's because they just have a full tub of protein powder and they're simply not taking it. So make sure they're taking it. Make sure if you're on a monthly recurring subscription, they know that that's going to continue on after the first 3-week period. And then you can also offer them just a straight up like, hey, this has been working so well. Would you like to do this for the next 6 months? And I'll give you a discount. So you can offer a paid in full option at that 3-week mark, Or if it's a 4-week mark or something short, you can just pick the program you want them to continue on to. Hey, so you're about this far into your progress, it's gonna take about this long. So, you've got 3 weeks left in the program. I just wanna set you up now so there are no interruptions in your training, and we're gonna continue on. Here's exactly what that looks like. Does that sound good to you? And so you're just keeping them on track for the duration that they need you. And by the way, most people, when they hit their goal weight, they're generally explode a little bit and put on a few pounds. So I recommend adding a couple of months to teach people how to eat at their maintenance weight of their desired goal. Okay, number 3 is you get testimonials, you ask for referrals when clients have big wins. So that could be at that 3-week mark, or it could be at like their finish, their 6-week finish kind of wrap up, right? When you're done with them, it's kind of like having an exit interview, just to make sure that they stay on track. So do book that in, because that again can give you an opportunity to keep people on track for supplements, but gives you testimonials, and that social proof is super, super important. Like, don't you want a page stacked with people with before and after photos that you can show to people to be like, yeah, this thing works. Like, it's a system. We've done it with hundreds of times, different body types, different ages, blah, blah, blah. Like, it totally works. Here's my proof. So don't be lazy. I'm guilty of doing that myself in my gym. Get those testimonials and ask for referrals. Like, hey, do you know anybody that could benefit from what we've done in our work together? I'd love to talk to them. Would you mind introducing me via text? Also, if they sign up, I'm happy to give them $100 and you $100 just as a thank you, right? So bump your referral program in there as well. Number 4, I kind of talked about, which was you need to sell continuity before the program is up. Sell the longer term solution or the continuation when their momentum is at its highest, typically around that 3-4 week mark, because people don't want to come in to like, okay, it's a 6-week program, we're having a meeting on the last day. Like, they don't want to come in to get pitched or resold or whatever. You want to make it seamless. Like, in that 3-week meeting, it's a no-brainer. Like, yeah, this is working so well, why wouldn't I continue, kind of a thing. And then the last one is number 5, make sure that they are taking their supplements at those meetings, because that is the number 1 reason that they will cancel. And you know what's pretty awesome is when you just have money come into your bank because people are buying supplements that they were gonna buy anyway through an awesome affiliate program. I recommend something like Thorne for that. So anyway, that is all I have to say about the nutrition program today. If you're not doing it, go ahead and start it up in your gym. Done is better than perfect. Get something built. Get it out there, start offering it to new clients when you have the confidence that it works. Then you can offer it to current clients through a few different channels. And that's it. This is gonna have a huge impact for your members, and it's gonna make a lot more revenue for you. All right, stay tuned for the next one, and thanks for watching.